Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome to another review video for The Flash Season 2. This is Episode 3, and it is entitled Family of Rogues. And in this episode, we get to see Michael Ironside as the father of Captain Cold and Golden Glider. And I really like Michael Ironside. He's got that iconic voice. The voice that I know him best as is from the game, the Splinter Cell games. So Michael Ironside's great. It was great seeing him in this episode. Unfortunately, he's done. He was basically the villain of the week in a way. So that was disappointing. That he is one and done, and that's it, and we won't ever see him again. But anyway, it was still great seeing him, and the whole Leonard Snart, Captain Cold, he is getting better each time he's on an episode. I mean, he's starting to become, this, to what Joker is to Batman. Captain Cold is to the Flash, so he's starting to become that type of character to the Flash, and it's awesome. So. And he just seems like he just gets better each time he's on an episode. So I forget the actor's name. Wentworth Miller. That's his name. So, but he's great. He's great in the show. I mean, he's doing very well, and it seems like they're trying to turn him to the good side. I mean, so. And we do see. I don't know if any of you seen the actual previews. I mean, it's not really a spoiler because it's in the trailers for Legends of Tomorrow, the new show, and he's in that along with Heatwave. So it only seems like they're trying to. This episode was really trying to gear you up for Legends of Tomorrow. So you could see that. Now he's in jail, and Barry is going to think that he can become good. And it definitely looks like they're going down that road, the Legends of Tomorrow, because they got to get to that at some point, because that show's coming in a couple months or something. So they need to get things rolling with that. So I definitely think we're going to see that soon, where he's going to play the good guy. I don't know if he's going to be fully good. He's going to play along for a while, but we'll see. I mean, it should be interesting. I don't know if he can be completely the hero. Or Heatwave either. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be completely good, but it definitely seems like they're going to play along for a while. So it should make it very interesting. You can remember from the very first episode, I think it was, where Barry was having like a weird dream, and it was actually Captain Cold and Heatwave, and they were like attacking him. And so, I mean, what is that about? So maybe that's for a foretelling of something to come. Who knows? Should be interesting. But we see other things in this episode. This episode was quite packed with a lot of stuff going on. One thing I want to hit on before I forget is the confrontation with Joe and Iris. That performance from Joe was great. That acting was phenomenal, and I think Iris did very well. Both of them. I forget the actor's name who plays Joe, but I mean, he is great. Absolutely wonderful. Great performance. I mean, that is an award-winning performance there. And I think Candice Patton, who plays Iris, I think did a phenomenal job. I mean, the way she received that and just didn't just completely break down and start screaming and hollering and, like a CW show would be, really holding a grudge towards Joe. I thought that maybe that's what they were going to do, that he was going to tell her, and then we're going to see the next, so many episodes or the whole rest of the season maybe where she's mad at him. And I was like, oh, geez, we're going to see this type of thing where she's crying and whining about it. But no, they handled it completely differently, where you could see she was upset, she's confused, but she forgave him. So great job, wonderful job. I enjoyed that. You could really feel, that emotion, and that performance was great. And well done. Well done to them. Um, but also in this episode, Cisco again. Cisco's strong character, very well done with what he does, and he's always a plus. Seeing Cisco does well on every episode. Caitlin was good. I mean, I like Caitlin as well in this episode. Jay Garrick, her and Jay Garrick seem to have a thing going on now. It seems to work, and the Jay Garrick, the actor who plays Jay Garrick, I'm blanking on several of these characters. I need to learn them, but again, very strong. I really like the character of Jay Garrick. He's like the mentor character, and he looks like he's going to stay around a little bit longer. He was going to go back through the portal. They got that thing working, but it looks like he's going to stay around for a while, and that's a plus because I think he's a strong character and a very good actor as well. So that's a plus. The whole Dr. Stein thing. I mean, it's foreshadowing. They're going to bring in another Firestorm or a replacement. So it's definitely that's something to look forward to. I mean, he's going through some weird like blue flames and stuff, and it should be very interesting to see what they do for here on out with that character. It's like he's also going to be on Legends of Tomorrow as well, so they're going to have to gear up something with a new Firestorm or something to that effect. Or it could be that Ronnie is still alive in like another dimension somewhere, or another Earth. I mean, he can still come back at another time, but where they're going to go with another replacement for now, and it should be interesting to see how they go for that. But yeah, guys. I mean, the whole also Patty, the whole scene with Patty. I like Patty. I like her. She's very good. And I didn't really have a problem personally. I didn't really have a problem with that the scenes. They are kind of clunky a little bit forced maybe, but I mean I don't have a problem with it. I think they work well together, Barry Allen and Patty Spivot. I mean, they have a good chemistry there, I think. But it should be interesting to see where they go with that. It should be interesting. So, but yeah, guys, the whole ending with Dr. Wells coming back through the portal, and I think that is a total misdirect. I believe that this Dr. Wells is really Dr. Wells. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but this is what I think right now. I think he's really Dr. Wells, the real Dr. Wells from another Earth, and he found these portals, and being a doctor, scientist, he's going to investigate them, and he goes through. But I don't think he's bad. I don't think he has anything remotely do with Zoom or whatever. So I think it's a misdirect. I mean, they have him looking, very evil looking. I don't think at all that he is bad. I think he's a good guy. It should be interesting to see what the team does with Barry and the rest of the team. They're probably not going to trust him, but I think he's just that. He's just Dr. Wells. And that is great because Tom Cavanaugh is awesome. I like Tom Cavanaugh, and he was wonderful last season. So I'm glad they found a way to bring him back. It seems like for this season. I mean, he might be able to stick around now if he's actually a good guy, and he'll replace maybe Jay Garrick at a later time and Dr. Stein, who's going to move over to Legends of Tomorrow. So it looks like maybe he'll step into the role of Dr. Wells again, but actually be a good Dr. Wells and be able to, contribute honestly this time. So that should be awesome if that's the case. We'll see. I could be totally wrong, and he's like another, version of Eobard Thawne, and they could be going down that road. But I really like to see him be a good guy and stick around for a while or forever, or be a regular. That would be awesome. But the whole Zoom thing. I still think that, Zoom is either Barry Allen. That would be crazy if it was Joe. I think that's a possibility as well. That would be nuts if it was actually Joe is actually Zoom. That would be nuts. Um, so I'm trying to think of some other Eddie. It could be Eddie. I don't know. I mean, it could be any of those characters. It could be any of those characters. That would be nuts. But I think we're going to set us up for a shock. That's what they're trying to do. It's going to be a character out of left field, like, oh, I never seen that coming. So, but the whole another thing before I sign off here, real quick, is that the whole mother situation. There's a rumor going around that the mother of Iris, she just came back. Suddenly she comes back after these portals open up. It's a possibility that she is actually working with Zoom somehow. Or they said maybe possibly the Dr. Wells character that come over. I don't know about that. But, I mean, these are all these theories going around that maybe she is from another Earth. Maybe the real mother of Iris, maybe she did, something happened to her in the real Earth. And then Earth 2, maybe this is that other character, this other, doppelganger or whatever coming over from Earth 2. That would be nuts. That'd be crazy, but I wouldn't put it past them. I would not put it past them at all. So, I don't know. We need more information before I can make a conclusive, what it's going to be, because she didn't look like a druggie. I mean, she didn't look like somebody that was had hard times in her life. I mean, maybe I'm missing something there, but so yeah, guys, very good episode. I liked it. I didn't think maybe it was as good as last week's, but it was still a strong episode, and I did enjoy it. But anyway, guys, that will do it for me for this week. Please like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. And if there's anything I may have missed that you guys want to talk about or touch on that I might have missed, please write in the comments below. But that will do it for me for this week, guys. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.